So cosmetically, there's been a lot of work done since the last you guys saw the trailer. So I'm going to show you what I've been working on now. You saw me get everything framed up. I built my shelves. I built my cabinet in the very back, but I've been working on the exterior for a while, and I want to show you where we're at. Okay, we have a lot of progress on the trailer here today. Today I'm bending these sheets to put on for my roof. Now these are underlayment sheets. They're a little bit cheaper than like the regular Luan. They're about the same. The only issue is these tend to have more imperfections, more knots and things. So I really scoped out to try and find the best pieces they had. And from the inside, you can see there's only those 2 knots. Other than that, it's a really nice wood grain. And now that's going to get stained too, now that it's up there. Now I'll show you how I'm doing it. So obviously, all of my dowels, where my screws are. If you can't see your screws, make sure you take a pencil or something and mark them out. And so I just started at the top. I had to make one cut, so I have one seam. It's going to be on top of this rafter here. And I'm just going screws on every rafter, going all the way down to the floor. Now I'm going to come back and I'm going to put ones in between. This is just basically to get it bent to shape. So I'll go through and I'll put in more and tighten it up. So you can see here where I've set my screws in. Again, just where my dowels are. Now these sheets come in 4x8, which is perfect because my trailer is exactly 4 feet wide, so there's very little error here. There's just a little bit where maybe it's not perfectly square, but it's okay. We're going to get that taken care of. We're going to be able to shave all that off and get it nice and flush. You can see my top seam there right on top of this rafter. So the other piece is going to come from here down to the bottom of the front.
Whispering pines, send my baby back to me.
The bend that I made here came out all right, but it was kind of tricky. And so this bend here is very sharp. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do that quite yet. I was thinking of possibly soaking and heating, basically steaming that piece, kind of like building a boat. The only problem is that this is laminated. So I feel that if I soak it, it will separate. So we'll see. If anyone has any better ideas, please put them in the comments, so it might help somebody out. But I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that yet. Just a quick look at what we're doing here now. I've got this piece of Luan fastened at the top, and I'm kind of just using gravity. I've laid these towels over the top, and I've been pouring boiling water over them. So we're going to start to steam this sheet into place to make it around this curve. Now I'm hoping it's not going to delaminate. We're going to find out. If it does, I'll have to buy another sheet. I'm using a water boiler, and actually, since I have loads of snow outside, I'm just using snow, but you have to start out with some water in there. I've also got a big kettle here on a burner. I have it fastened at the end here. That's just a hole where my wiring is running out through the top. But yeah, after this starts to penetrate a little bit, I'm going to put some weight, maybe some straps or something, or hang some kind of weight off of there to give it a little more persuasion. So it's definitely been working. I've been measuring from the corner to the ground here, and we've gone down several inches. The problem I ran into, I had dripped the towels over the side, and the water was dripping down. Obviously, I don't want to ruin all this woodwork, but the drips are freezing. It's that cold. That was boiling water that froze in just a couple of minutes. You can see, you might be able to see the steam coming off the top of there. So it is working. It's just a slow process. I'm tightening up on this strap very slowly. Just a few clicks at a time to avoid stressing and making those cracks worse. But we're really getting there. We're pretty close. I've been running the wiring on the outside of the Luan that's going to be underneath the aluminum skin. So I've ran it through the Luan ceiling, taped it down to run it on the outside so that none of it will be visible on the inside, and everything runs back in here in the front of the trailer. So it comes in on top of this shelf, which is where I'm going to mount my fuse box. So everything will meet here in this little hub. It's got 4 inputs, and then this power from here will go to my battery. I'm not sure if I'm going to mount it on top or under this shelf yet. I'm thinking on top. It'll be less visible. And all my wiring will be accessible from here. I'll be able to access all my fuses. And everything will be able to come into one spot. I recommend doing something like that, some kind of fuse box or breaker panel or something. Even though I'm only running 2 lights and the fan, you know, we don't want to have any issues. So this might be a little over the top, I don't know, but I'm not great with electricity, so I figure better safe than sorry. I have 4 components feeding in: a light here, a light under the shelf, a light here, and there's going to be a fan at the ceiling vent. It will all come into that fuse box, and then I will have power run down through the inside and out to the battery.